What's going on, Absolute Scoundrels? It's your boy Justin, back at it with episode 2 of our Pokemon Emerald Imperium run. Um, I just want to start out the video and apologize. I was doing this recording the other day, and I realized that I didn't have my mic set up properly, so I didn't capture any of the audio. And of course, I didn't know this until the end of the video. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do a voice recording over, and I hope that's okay. I do apologize again. This is something that's new to me, learning how to um, record videos, and also just figuring out how to do this whole thing is just new. So I do apologize, but I will get better, and I promise that I will start to get us some better content going here. But I'm excited to kind of hop in the gameplay. We actually have a few good encounters that we can kind of get here on this route. I mean, on this run in this episode, and we end up fighting Roxanne as well, which is actually a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I just wanted to just kind of talk and see what's going on with everyone. Um, Honestly, comment question of the day. I'm gonna go ahead and see what you guys think, but I wanted to get your opinion on what you think would be an exciting change for Pokemon. It's actually funny. Me and one of my friends, Ace, who you'll see on this channel pretty soon going forward, um, he had an interesting thought about how Pokemon could be like a multiplayer game, like a little co-op story mode, which I honestly think would be pretty interesting. I mean, you think about just the fact that there is the single player, and you kind of look at how um, it's interesting that you can go around and kind of explore the map and catch your mons. And yeah, I know that Scarlet and Violet does have that aspect where you can kind of do that, but being able to play the story, maybe you incorporate some cool like double battles or some triple battles that you got kind of going on. And I think it could be a lot of fun. I think people would enjoy that. Being able to have that kind of multiplayer aspect to it. I think that honestly could be an interesting kind of awesome kind of thing for people to be doing. So yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. I was gonna say the thing that I would probably say that would be pretty cool if Pokemon ever had, and I think there actually is a ROM hack out there right now that um, I might have to check out. But imagine that you were able to take over a gym, and maybe it's something that's like kind of like a DLC part of it. Maybe you have to beat the game in order to do that. But imagine you go out as a trainer and you explore the map. You go and you beat the Elite Four, you become the head honcho, whatever. You could even do it as a champion if you wanted to, but maybe if you wanted to just try it out as a gym leader. Um, and then you're subjected to your 5 Pokemon that you have, and you kinda just keep battling people and more trainers, and eventually you kinda, like, reach a point where you can get beaten. Maybe you give someone, away or whatever, and you kinda move from there. But yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see what you guys think. Leave a comment below, and tell me what you guys think. I think that would be really interesting. One thing also too that I didn't really get a chance to explain to you guys is the beauty of the absolute scoundrel community and our just kind of holding here that we have for this YouTube channel. So little intro. So it's gonna be a three-way channel of me, myself, Ben, who you guys will eventually meet, and also Ace. And it's gonna be our three-way channel kind of going there, and we're gonna have a lot of exciting games that we're gonna play through. And the kind of thing that we were thinking about with this game, I mean, with this channel, is that we wanted to kind of bring you guys content that just wasn't subjected to just one subject, and I think it's interesting that you kind of have these YouTubers and just these content creators that are always kind of subjected to more so like kind of one game, and we kinda just, we're 3 friends that like to play all the games and have fun and, enjoy things, and, I think it would be kind of, cool to see a YouTube channel, that explores different games such as, like, Call of Duty or Halo or Pokemon or even something like that we all like to do too, like going outside and, hiking or biking or running or whatever it is. So you're gonna see a lot of variety on this YouTube channel, and I hope that that kind of interests you guys. And yeah, we're really excited to hopefully post some content this week, I think. And something for you guys to be able to check out. And yeah, we're really excited, and we look forward to kind of building this channel and seeing where it can kind of go. Um, to kind of get back to the gameplay real quick, I picked up a coughing, which I'm actually pretty excited about. I don't know if I'm able to get glare and wheezing in this game because it seems like, unlike Radical Red, there's no way of like maybe making it nighttime or kind of like getting around being outside of Galar. So unfortunately, we probably are gonna have to stick with a Weezing, but honestly, Weezing's defense is pretty solid, and it is a poison type, so it's a different type and whatnot. So we should be able to have some fun. Uh, this is the silliest thing I just did right here after I got our licky tongue. Um, I went out into him and I decided to do the level cap thing, which I was kind of hesitant before to do it because I didn't want to run into this problem where they don't learn any of their new levels that are kind of coming up. And so you see he only has lick and he just tried to lick a ghost type, which that's just not gonna, I mean, a normal type, that's just not gonna happen with the ghost typing of lick. So pretty funny. As you guys can see, I am definitely not the best Pokemon player, but I will say I do have a lot of fun, and I try to get better each and every day, and I do enjoy this game, and that's just kind of what you're gonna get out of me. It's just a lot of fun, and yeah, it might not be the most competitive or the most sweaty or the best kind of gameplay, but I do care and I do try and get better, and I do just try to have fun and just bring a cool, awesome, fun, spirited community to you guys, and hopefully we can build that together. To get back to the gameplay here, we end up catching this Dodrio, I think, maybe after a couple more balls, or just this one. Um, which is a good mon, honestly, a good pickup. I like Dodrio a lot. I didn't know how big it was. 5'11", 187. Wow, that's actually a pretty big mon. You wouldn't think, right? Um, but no, I think Dodrio is actually gonna be a pretty good find for us here. So that should definitely help out the team. Um, Honestly, with the way that this team is looking, like, we have some decent mons, but nothing broken, I would say. Um, so I'm pretty curious here to see what we can kind of capture coming up in the next few towns. Obviously, Hydrapple's great. I think that he's going to be a good one for us. I would say that Wukong, our Lycanroc, is okay. Not the best rock type, obviously, and rock types in general, they don't really get people excited, but he's decent. He's got some speed to him. Probably does eventually learn stealth rocks, which is nice. We can kind of get some rocks out there. Coughing, like I said, is good typing. So obviously, if we come in on a grass type or a physical fighting, honestly, he's gonna pretty much wall pretty well against like fighting types. So being able to have him in that case is gonna be pretty good. Um, who else do we have? Licky Tongue is not bad. Licky Licky's okay. It's a pretty bulky mon. But again, like I said, we're kind of running into way too many normal types, so we kind of need to get some. Obviously, when we get Gothitelle, it's gonna be a pretty good upgrade as well. Having that psychic typing. I think that's it, though. I think we're pretty much just waiting here to kind of encounter some decent mons, and we'll see what we can get. And move from there. I will say for the most part, I am enjoying this series. It's been it's been fun. It really has. There's a lot of good mods here, and it's a good experience in the sense that you kind of revisit Emerald, and which I think is just, again, it's just one of the better games that you can play. It's a game I grew up on. It's a game I still like to play to this day, and it's a lot of fun. And um, you'll see this first gym leader. was totally underestimating, and I thought, "Oh, yeah, it seems like it's gonna be just a complete cakewalk," and it turned out that I was completely wrong, so it's pretty funny. Um, but yeah, no, listen, that's just kind of the beginning take. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm rambling, I actually might be just doing that. This is, again, my first time kind of doing something like this, so I'm just trying to learn it, but I am having fun and hope you guys are too, and I hope I'm not boring any of you guys to, lulling you to sleep. Um, and you guys are be able to enjoy the videos and stuff. Um, Again, like I said, if there's any suggestions out there, like, my job as a content creator, and Ace and Ben will agree as well, is we want to appease to our audience. At the end of the day, yeah, we want to have some fun on our own, and we want to be able to, bring some content that we enjoy. But if there's like suggestions, like maybe we're not doing a good enough job with our length time on our episodes, or maybe we're not doing a good enough job of explaining things, let us know. I mean, we obviously are open minded. We do want to do well for you guys. We want to have a good time, and we'd love to be able to have that opportunity to do that for you. Caught myself a Bergmite here, which I think is actually pretty good. Having honestly in having good bulky mons in certain areas, as far as like specially defensive or just defensive or even HP too. It's huge in games like this because you need to realize that when you're playing, you know what you're kind of going through and you know what you're going to be playing against. So being able to match up nicely against a team that's more physically built than specially built, Berg might obviously eventually Avalug, it's just going to do great for us. So I'm very excited about that, and being able to have the opportunity, I think is going to be great. Um, I think I end up just saying, it's screw it, let's just fight Rourke. I was a bit worried because I wasn't sure what to expect, but we end up handling him pretty easily here. He's scaling as good as I thought it was gonna be. I also thought he's gonna have Rampardos, which I was kind of excited about because I love Rampardos. I don't know why I like the Pokemon so much. I think he's just a cool Pokemon. Got the paralyzation on the first hit, which I think is just crazy. Can't move. We end up growing here to kind of just get that special attack and raise so that we can just sweep with Earthworm. Honestly, Hydra Apple, I definitely didn't use him as much as I've ever wanted to. I've gotten him a few times, I would say, in Radical Red, but I never really used him as much as I would want to. But this mod is just perfect. It's just a solid mod. And the sprite is just fantastic. I mean, the apple between the looks like the horns, and then it's just such a fantastic job what they did here. Carnidos comes out here, hits me with the Rock Tomb. They're obsessed with the Rock Tomb, Rock Tomb, Rock Tomb. It actually does pretty good damage against me, which I was kind of surprised about. But all you need is one special attack boost, and I don't think that mattered. Now here's where this is me playing in front of you guys and being nervous because I won, and I probably might still be faster than this Tyrant, and I don't think Tyrant even knows a hey, dragon move. But no, I stupidly was like, you know what? Let's switch out into Kingsguard. I know he has Sacred Sword. You can hit this thing fat, right? Well, I also do know that he has Bite, so why would I go out into that? Ends up hitting me fat, and then I stayed in for no reason and let him hit me again with Bite, or not with Bite, but with Rock Tomb, which I kind of got lucky because if he would have hit me with Bite and critted me, probably would have been dead. And then, I was just like, okay, yep, let's just go back out into Earthworm. I don't know why we're staying here. And Dragon Breath, and see you later. So that's work. Don't know what I was really thinking there. Like I said, I am definitely new to this and definitely scared of making a mistake and losing a mon like Earthworm or something like that, especially our best mon. That pretty much is going to guarantee that the run is over at that point. So I definitely didn't want to do that, but we got Rock Tomb, and we picked up a muscle band, which is actually going to be pretty helpful for us. So I'm excited about that, and yeah, we're just kind of cruising and moving here, which I think is pretty great. I think after this we do have to fight Roxanne, so we end up fighting Roxanne. Um, And after that, I think we do the Devin Goods here. This is where I was confused. I wasn't sure if we had to go talk to the president or not, or if we were allowed to just go and fight the gym leader. But it just turns out that we are allowed to. I actually don't know why it was blocked. I think maybe we had to fight Rourke. Rourke might have been a requirement in this game, which I'm not sure about, but that's the only reason why I could think of that made me have to complete that before I go and fight the gym leader. So yeah, here we go. We'll save, make sure we're ready to go. And we take on our good old mate Roxanne. Right here, I just wanted to ensure that we were going to do well, so I ended up teaching Rock Team to Wukong. And I also made sure that I got some other things. See, right here, I don't know why I got rid of counter. I should have just gotten rid of rock throw. I already have a move that's better, and honestly, counter's pretty solid. The fact that I can duplicate physical damage is just it's awesome. So that was a little bit of a throw to me, but I think after this city in Dewford, we're going to get the move relearner, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not too worried about it. I'm debating if I'm gonna fight May after this. I've seen a couple people play through this run through, and May is not a requirement in order to like kind of progress through the story. So I don't think I'm going to fight her. There's not really a need to. Um, the fact that one, there's no need to do it makes me more inclined not to because I don't want to lose any mons. And I also don't really care what team she has because I think it might just be different every time, kind of like Radical Red. I was kind of surprised that there's no citrus berries for us yet, and then you'll kind of see. But I liked a little bit better in Radical Red where everything would kind of stay where it was as far as the berries go. But as you can see, like I organize it to make it in alphabetical order, and then I have to then go find the orange berries and then put them on and stuff, and it's kind of frustrating, but it's rather here nor there. It's not a big deal. And yeah. So yeah, I mean realistically looking at the team, I don't really have anything special. But we do have potential, and that's just kind of what I'm alluding to. I mean, you bring in King's Guard, honestly. I know he doesn't have this ability, and that does hurt him a lot. But emergency accident's not bad, and with his natural bulk, it's pretty good. He learns a lot of different coverage moves, and he hits pretty hard. So I think honestly we should be okay. Having Avalog eventually is going to be great for us. I think also Licky Tongue, like I said, it's going to be bulky. Gothitelle is going to be great. So we're building pretty decently. As you guys can probably see, though, we could use some water. We could use probably fire. We could use a fighting type. We could use an electric type. There's definitely some needs here. I would say that. But overall, I'm not too worried about it. We have a strong dragon type. Obviously, quad weak to ice, but we do have two resistances against ice, so that's pretty good in our Wukong and our Bergmite. Which I named Coffee, and if you don't get that, that's because Avalug looks like a coffee table when he gets to where he is. But here, Radical Red, same kind of thing as really honestly any game that you play, but setting up is just so massively important. And even with a mon like Earthworm that can kind of get his speed lowered, like just leveling up his special attack just one tick here is just huge. So that's what we ended up doing. Hit him with the Dragon Breath. We have the Dragon Fang. There's just no chance that Rhyhorn's ever going to live that. So that's not a problem. Gligar comes in here. I looked at Gligar's moves before I fought this battle, and I realized that he has wing attack, so it kind of did scare me a little bit. But for some reason, Tripod, you really can't take this as much as I wanted him to. So he gets hit by the wing attack, it does pretty fat damage, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty interesting. Um, I probably realistically should have made sure that tripods natures were changed as well before I fought this, but I kind of was just in that mindset of like, yeah, you know, it's screwed. Like I really don't mind fighting this fight. I just kind of want to get it over with. So I go back, I think I do go out into Sweet. Um Sweet comes in. I believe he goes for another wing attack. Yep, that makes sense. It does another fat damage. I mean, 21 damage. That's no joke from a Gligar. Which, if you guys don't know, Gligar is one of my favorite mods. I just really like him. Him and Gliscor are just so cool. Such an awesome, cool mod. And I love that typing of ground and flying. I think that's a really good typing, honestly. But we have an Oranberry, so we know we're going to live at least one more attack. Unless, you know, a crit happens, which luckily for us, it doesn't happen. So he goes for another Bulldoze here. We live pretty close to 2. I think it's 2. Yep. So again, pretty lucky, but we'll take what we can get. We headbutt him. We hit him pretty decent. I realize I'm not going to be able to kill here. So I just switch right out into, I think it's King's Guard, which again was pretty, oh no, it was Honey. Okay, so I go on to Honey. But again, another misplay on my part. I realize Honey doesn't have any moves other than Lick. And that's not stab. But, you know, it is what it is, and we'll kind of play it from there. Bulldoze hits pretty fat. Hornberry's going to proc here, though, which is awesome. So we'll get a lot of that health back. Hit him with a lick. Still not going to be good enough, but we get the paralyzation, which is pretty big. I think it's already still faster than us, though, because of the bulldozes. Not a big deal. So we just make sure that we come in here and lick again. Still don't get the kill. I think, you know what? Licky Licky's gonna go down. It's not really the end of the world. He doesn't do too much for us really right now. Well, Honey made me mistaken there. Honey's okay. Takes him down. 2 HP again. Like I said, we're kind of lucky. And Nose Pass comes in, and honestly, taking out that Gligar I think was pretty big, and I think that was pretty much game at that point. So I was feeling pretty good about it. I think we do go out into Earthworm, but I could be wrong. We maybe do go out into Wukong. We go into King's Guard. I was wrong about both. It's a very cool shiny, by the way. Hit us with a Spark, which is crazy that he even knows Spark. And also, I don't know why he would go for Spark in that situation. For one, um, it's not his stab move, and also it's not like my team is that weak to electric, so it's interesting. But I realized that Kingsguard just took that bulldoze like a champ, even with a Shucka. Um, so now I'm curious. I'm like, okay, well, are we realistically fine? I think we are. 10 more damage. So I mean, the fact that Kingsguard can take a level 15 nose passes, bulldozes with no problem. And listen, nose pass is no slouch. I mean, it's a pretty decent mod. It's got pretty good bulk and pretty good attack. So definitely worth it. But get the emergency exit proc, which can be annoying sometimes, especially with a mod like this that's kind of slow. You kind of wish you would get it in the sense of a little bit faster of a mod, because then you can kind of just attack and then kind of move on. But like I said, it's not really that big of a deal. At least he's bulky. So we get hit him with a Dragon Breath. That's going to obviously get him pretty low. I don't think it does kill. We get pretty lucky though with the paralyzation. I think this is a citrus berry juice. That's right. Which just did so much for his health. It's crazy. But Earthworm's obviously going to eat a bulldoze every day of the week. He is resistant to that, and that Dragon Breath is just going to say night night to Mrs. Nose Pass. And last but not least, here comes a little Whooper, and I take my chances all day with Mr. Earthworm against a Whooper. I was a little bit nervous there because the special defense drop. I think I was probably just going to switch out regardless, but the fact that we can get that Dragon Breath on him was pretty good, pretty solid. And we receive the Stone Badge from Roxanne. She does teach us bulldoze. She also allows us to get the TM cut, which I do believe is somewhere in that town. So I do have to find that in our next playthrough, which obviously I will do, which will be a lot of fun. And yeah, we're doing pretty well. We obviously have no deaths so far, which, you know, again, I really wasn't expecting that to happen, but again, still, it's nice to have that happen right now. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about what we got going on here. We eventually do have to just go fight the um we have to go fight the Team Aqua member that took the goods from the president's assistant, and then kind of move on from there. But yeah, we have a lot of exciting things going here. Level 20 is the level cap now. Um, and yeah, we're pretty set up, which is nice. Helping Hand was interesting. I was thinking about maybe being able to take that into like double fights and stuff, but honestly, with double battles in this game, you really don't want to take them. It's just a risk of losing a mon because, as you guys know, double battles are pretty tough, especially in a Nuzlocke. So I decided not to. Finally get some stab flying move on tripod, which is awesome. And I think tripod's actually going to be hitting pretty fat for us. Um, it's probably going to have to start being more of like a lead mon though, because him coming in on other mons is not great since his health is not that good. But him being able to eventually probably set up with sword stance is going to be pretty big. And then the ability to kind of just hit fat with our attacks is going to be nice. Um, and yeah, I'm excited about having Dodrio. I think it's gonna be a good fun mon for us. And good old Mr. Piney there talking to us, telling us to go save his poor little Pico. I don't know about you guys, but I always loved having Pico in having Wingull in my team. Um, I just like Wingo. I think Wingull it's just a good mon, and when he evolves too, I think that it's just a solid mon to have in a team. Water flying is such a cool typing, and it hits fat. It really does. They have great special attack. Pelipper's uh, Pelipper's hidden ability too, I believe, is Drizzle, which obviously never really got that in any of my runs normally, but having that I think is just so cool, and it's just an awesome ability. It really is. Yeah, so like I said, we're gonna take down Team Aqua here, and then we're gonna go get our goods from the good old Team Aqua member, bring them back to the president, and just keep the good old Emerald experience going. Um, with that, guys, honestly, I'm gonna leave you with the last few minutes here um, by yourselves to kind of just wrap up the episode, enjoy it. Um, again, I want to apologize about the sound, and I do I do feel bad, and I promise to make sure that these voice recordings and these recording videos are gonna be more natural and not recorded over. I know that that can kind of be annoying to watch. Um, but I really appreciate it. And thanks a lot, guys. And I'll see you scoundrels later. All right.